everyone, Zeddy here again with another Titans card review. The remaining Shaman cards have all been revealed, and it turns out that Thrall is really in touch with nature. Has just a lot of nature spells, nature-based cards. Brukan, who just rotated a wild, is kicking and screaming, why can't I be here? And we're going to review those cards because they look like they're really going to help flesh out a lot of decks with just putting that package in. They look really good. And you know what else would look really good? A giveaway, or at least bundles in your collection. Either 2 standard mega bundles, 2 mega bundles, 2 regular pre-orders. All you have to do to enter that giveaway, like, comment in the video description below, be subscribed to the channel. We're just 30 subs away from 71,000, and there's only a few days left to enter that giveaway. So if you want to make me go broke and add that other mega bundle, hit that sub button if you haven't already. And also wanted to give a quick shout out to Play Hearthstone, and they're going to have a theory crafting event for Titans on July 26th. I will be a part of it, as well a lot of your favorite content creators. Should be a lot of fun. There'll be drops for it. More importantly, giveaways to go with it. I'll make sure to plug it the day of so you don't miss out on it, but I wanted to let you guys know it's coming soon, so check that out. Anyways, the cards. Well, let's start off with Flash of Lightning. That's going to help put a lot of this stuff together. It is a 2 mana epic nature spell. You draw a card. Not amazing. However, the next turn, your nature spells cost 1 less. So this card itself, if you have it in hand, it'll be 1 mana the next turn. A lightning bolt would be 0 mana. A lightning storm would be 2 mana. Basically, any nature spell will get that mana cheat for that turn. So you could set up a huge tempo swing. You could try and set up some combo of some sort. There's a lot of potential for this card. You know, mass mana cheat. We all know how safe that is in Hearthstone. However, Druidess gets a 2 mana spell that discounts all spells in their hand. But this will also count for, like, let's say you draw into a nature spell. That'll be 1 less. And that spell draws into a nature spell. That'll be 1 less. So there is some upside to it as well. I think it's decent. You know, it's only drawing 1 card for 2 mana, but setting up that mass mana cheat the next turn, I can't disregard this card. It just feels like it's going to be a pretty strong one, and there's a lot of potential for it, especially with some of the cards we're going to look at in a second. I'm going to give it a 4 to 5 in standard, a 3 to 5 in wild, where that overload shaman can probably use this and abuse it in pretty disgusting ways. So look out for that one as well. That could be pretty good. Even if it's just like the Spirit of the Frog deck, quest lines, there's a lot of potential for this card. Because, yeah, mass mana cheat, card draw, all in 1 card. What could possibly go wrong? And, well, next we have another card that works pretty well with it. Lightning Reflex is a 1 mana nature spell. So if it's the turn after that card was played, it's 0 mana, you discover a nature spell, which could be the 2 mana draw spell that we just looked at again. And if you play it this turn, discover another. I assume it's just, it stops after the other, right? Like you, Lightning Reflex, you find a spell, if you cast it, you get another one, and it should stop. It doesn't say like endlessly discover another. I really hope it doesn't work that way, because that'd be like what the legendary, the 3/3. Why can't I remember her name? Someone will let me know. Fireheart. It'll be like that on a 1-cost spell. That would be kind of broken. So still, discovering a nature spell for 1 mana, not bad. Getting 2 is really, really good. These cards pretty much always see play, and I would just expect this card to see play, and it's a refined pool too. It's nature spells. And discover another, I'm assuming, nature spell, which all works very well with the mana cheat package, as well as some other cards here. I'm giving this a 4 to 5 in standard and wild. You can get like Devolve and stuff in wild too. That's pretty darn good. It's 1 mana discover, possibly 2 spells, and even if you don't play the other one, right, and you only get 1 spell, that's like totally fine. It's a little bit worse than like Nature Studies, but you know, that card was pretty busted. And Shaman doesn't have a ton of generation, especially in standard right now, so I'm giving it a 4 in both formats. Both these cards seem very strong. And then we have Turn the Tides, another nature spell, so discoverable, discountable, all of that. 3 mana, give your hero +3 attack this turn. So it's like Rockbiter, but only for your hero. You then also summon a 3/3 elemental with Rush, and it has Overload 1. So that 2-drop can make, that we reviewed in our last review, can make this 2. This can synergize with your other Overload cards. But for 3 mana, you're getting 3 attack and a 3/3. That's like 6/3 kind of in stats, right? And it's across 2 different things. So you can kill a minion, go face, whatever, right? Like that's pretty good. You play Doomhammer, you could throw this on Doomhammer, of course, or the 6-mana Wind Fury weapon. That gives you +3 attack on that. So it's another weapon buffer. That might just put that over the top. They only had Rockbiter. Now they have Turn the Tides and Rockbiter. It's a card, again, I'm not sleeping on this. I think it's really solid. Can go into Overload Shaman, can go into an aggressive deck. It can even play it in more of a controlling strategy. I'm giving this a 4 to 5 in standard, 3 to 5 in wild, because in wild, probably a bit too slow, but maybe Questline runs it, because again, for 3 mana, you're only overloading 1 for an incredible amount of value. So again, really good Shaman card. These have all been tremendous, but we're not done yet. Next, we have Crash of Thunder, another nature spell, 5 mana, deal 3 damage to all enemies. So that also goes face. Like if you play Brukan, I think I highlighted him here quickly. I'll just show you in my tweet where he rotated a bit too soon. He had nature spell damage +3. You combo that in wild, that does 6 to everything. That's pretty good. And there's more on it. It costs 1 less for each nature spell you've cast this turn. So basically, if you played a 1 mana nature spell that turn, this is always going to be like, basically that 1 mana spell is free if you have the mana to play this as well. You can do a bunch of combos. You can get this down to 0, do gross stuff. This also gets the discount from the 2 mana draw spell, so it would start at 4, and you can just go off and yeah, amplify it with spell damage, all that type of stuff. Again, a card I can't sleep on. It goes face, it's mana cheatable, and even if you play it for 5, it's close to being okay, right? Like Consecration now is 3, and you're paying 2 more mana for 1 more damage. This would probably cost 4 normally, and it's really not that hard to play a nature spell, a cheap one. And even a while, they have like Lightning Bloom, which is nature spell. It's like negative mana, so it's 0 mana on that. I'm giving this a 4 to 5 in standard and wild again. I think these cards are all super strong. And yeah, Shaman probably needs the help. Outside of like the totem stuff, they're not doing a lot. I guess Evolve Shaman too. But this definitely is going to be in a different style of package. But I feel like this nature stuff is really strong. And we do have 1 more card. The Champion of Storms, a 4 mana, 3/5 epic elemental minion, and it's a forge card. After you cast a nature spell, you summon a 4/2 elemental. And if you forge this card for 2 mana, you set that up, they have Rush. There used to be a card that was a 4 mana, I believe 3/6, that every time you played an Overload card, it would summon like 2 1/1 Merkspark or Eels with Rush or whatever. I can't remember what they were called. Little Eels. Merkspark Eels, the 2 mana, 2/3 even card, I think. Anyways, regardless, you used to get 1/1s with Rush. That was really good. You didn't have to forge it. It had more health, and Overload cards like get Lightning Bloom and things like that, and Zap. There's not really 0 mana nature spells in standard, but still not bad. Like you just get the stats. You really do want to forge this, but let's say you play 1 nature spell with this, you get a 4/2, and you can just go off. They're all 0 mana with that, you know, the 2 mana draw spell. You can just get a bunch of stats, and you might have been able to set up the Rush too. That could be really good. It's another really solid card. I don't know if it's as good as the other stuff. This stuff like just feels like you could throw it into like pretty much any deck. You don't have to really specifically build around these cards, right? They're just good. They go well together. And this card, you kind of need to build around a little bit more. It might not take off as well, but the stats, you just get 1 elemental. You're pretty much happy. And then after that, it just gets busted. I'm going to give this a 4 to 5 in standard as well. I think I give them like all 4s. I just think all these cards are really good. I think they're really solid. I think Shaman's going to have a whole different look with this expansion, especially with the Titan, which also should go pretty well with this stuff as it discounts your spells and all that. So, and it can also draw your Overload cards. Shaman looks really powerful. At least looks fun to play, but also maybe a little bit degenerate because I just can't stand the mass mana cheat stuff. But yeah, I'm going to give this a 4 to 5 in standard. 2 out of 5 in wild, where it's just too slow. It's just too slow. You don't care about fighting for board on turn 4 in wild. You're trying to kill your opponent. Like, if you're not already setting up to kill them on turn 4, it's not going to work out so well. And like, this might be able to help you do that. So anyways, that's all the Shaman cards. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I thought these are all really, really strong. And tomorrow there'll be more reveals. I think it's Mage, then Warlock, then Warrior. I can't remember, but I believe those are the last 3 classes. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.